known. We make our presence known. This is our DNA. We are a circle of excellence area. This is our legacy. I love it. And guys, for those of you that are guests that are hopping on right now, thank you. I'm seeing guests in the comments. Thank you guys so much. But for those of you that are guests, we really are about financing our dreams and creating the lives of our dreams in our Mary Kay business. And, you know, one of the things that I absolutely love about this business is that it has given us the ability to dream again. I know that before Mary Kay, I was a little dream handicapped. I don't know about you, Amy, but I was a little dream handicapped. And my biggest dream was to be able to pay all my bills and not have to eat ramen noodles at the end of the month. And so I'm so thankful that Mary Kay has given me that desire and that ability to dream again, and the vehicle to make those dreams a reality. And so that's what we're doing, y'all, in this business, is we are really living the life of our dreams, or pursuing that life of our dreams, and financing our dreams through our Mary Kay business. And so I'm so thankful for all the things that God has allowed me to finance through Mary Kay in this journey. So we have a special little video to show you. Is there anything you wanted to share before I go into the video?
No.
Okay.
Right into the video. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Let me pull it up. So sorry, y'all. There's our Monday Night Live. Okay, here it is. It is right here. Okay, give me just 1 second. I should have already had it prepped and ready to go. I am so sorry. Okay, here we go. It's in here, I promise.
We believe passionately in entrepreneurial fire, in giving everyone, everywhere, the chance to do their best and feel even better. We believe in you. We're here to empower every beautiful dimension of you. And at Mary Kay, we know we've all got a few things in common. We're all worthy of a community that understands us. We all deserve flexibility, and we should get to run our day instead of it running us. So maybe that's what brought you here to get to know us. Mary Kay has been a groundbreaking, trailblazing company for more than 60 years, and we follow in the footsteps of the original beauty influencer. Like many women in the 60s, Mary Kay Ash was not treated fairly in the workplace, so she made a change and founded a company that gives everyone the opportunity they deserve. Today, Mary Kay continues to be family-owned and continues empowering others in more than 35 countries. We are a company driven by the idea that you can do what you love, be who you want, and earn extra income on your terms. Our idea is powerful in its simplicity. First, Mary Kay creates hundreds of products that people crave. And yes, we win industry awards. Conduct 500,000 tests a year for safety, quality, and performance. Hold more than 1,600 global patents. And products are made in our own global manufacturing and research facility. Because what gets us really excited is how much people love our products. Because your confidence is our obsession. Next, we keep the business model beautifully simple too. Independent beauty consultants are 100% independent business owners. They buy directly from Mary Kay, then sell directly to customers to earn money. That's it. No wholesalers, no middlemen, no one holding them back, period. They enjoy the flexibility to work a Mary Kay business a lot or a little at parties, online, and on social, all while learning life skills from others and getting digital tools to help along the way. And if they're ready to lead a team of their own, they can drive the business as far as they want. Beauty consultants have one of the highest profit potentials on product sales in the world. Plus, at Mary Kay, they are always celebrated. Small wins are recognized, and big accomplishments are richly rewarded by a community of entrepreneurs and corporate employees around the world. Working together, we've also built a long history of giving. Mary Kay and its 4 company-sponsored foundations has given more than $200 million in monetary and product donations since we began tracking our philanthropic efforts. We support life-saving research and survivor empowerment with more than $24 million awarded to cancer research innovation from the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And we strive to protect the environment by planting more than 1 million trees, powering our global headquarters and manufacturing with 100% renewable energy, and achieving zero landfill site status in our global manufacturing facility. We are a brand with a purpose, and we hope you see the amazing potential we see for a bright future together. This is where you can come to thrive. This is where you can unleash your confidence. This is Mary Kay, empowering women entrepreneurs since 1963. Then, now, always.
Okay.
I love that video. Oh my gosh. Then, now, always. Well, welcome guests. I am Amy Allgood, National Sales Director. I'm so excited that you are here to just hear a little bit about what we love. And, you know, Cindy and I are going to just have a conversation. So we're just two girlfriends talking about how Mary Kay helped our dreams come true. And so as you're listening to us, I just want you to think about your own dreams. And I want you to write down two things. So I was taught one time, you know, we have two eyes and we should keep one eye on our immediate goal and one eye on a big dream. And so I want everyone to write down, consultants and guests. I want you to write down, what's an immediate goal that you have right now? What's something immediate in your life you know I need cash for? For example, when I started my business 19 years ago, I needed cash for my wedding. That was my immediate goal. And right now I need it for my decking, for my house. Okay. There's always something that is coming up that we need cash for. And then what is your long term? What's that thing that you would say, gosh, you know, in a couple years, I want this, or this has been that big thing. You know, one of the dreams that's happened for me is living on the water, but that was a dream. In fact, I don't know, I saw Marilyn on here earlier. I don't know if Marilyn's on here, but I got to see her yesterday when I was traveling and we were talking about my deck. Yes, hey Marilyn, right? And I said to her, she goes, I can remember years ago you talking about wanting to live on the water. So I talked about it for many, many years. So that was all my ultimate goal. So I want all of you, what's your immediate? What do you need cash for in this season? And what's your ultimate? What's that long-term thing that you want to work towards? You got to be clear on that. See, when we're clear on that, man, nothing's going to stop us. But it's when we're not clear, when we're not super, you know, we don't have the clarity about what it is that we're working towards, that we can let the excuses fall in. We cannot make things a priority, and that kind of thing. So as we're talking right now, I want you to think about how and if Mary Kay, whether you're a guest and you choose to be a part of us, or if you're a consultant and you say, man, if I were to step up and work my business either more or more intentionally, you know, these things could happen. Because if it could happen for me and Cindy, it can happen for you. You know, Mary Kay just takes ordinary women with extraordinary determination. And that's the only difference of why we have achieved the positions that we have achieved, not because we're smarter, better. We probably just outworked you a little bit, but we probably were pretty clear on what we wanted, right, Cindy? So Cindy, tell us a little bit about where you were when Mary Kay found you and what made you want to start this business.
So I was a teacher and I was living month to month on my paycheck. And that's when, you know, I was like really dream handicapped. I was sharing earlier is because I had more month than money a lot of times. And so I was praying for a way to make some extra money, but I needed it in a very flexible way. Like I didn't want to take my whole weekend, you know, waiting tables or working at Gap. You know, I wanted to like have a social life, but still make some extra money. And then I also knew that I did not want to be a teacher the rest of my life. I just didn't really know where God was leading me. And so I was praying for kind of a direction for that. And honestly, Amy, never in a million years would I have imagined that Mary Kay would not have only answered one of those prayers, but both of those prayers, because I thought Mary Kay women had big blue hair and wore gobs of makeup and went door to door in a little pink box. That's what I pictured as a Mary Kay beauty consultant. I was in my 20s, you know, when I started my Mary Kay business like you. And so, but I learned really quickly that Mary Kay had the priorities that I was looking for in my life that I was not having. It was teaching first, teaching second, and God who. It wasn't, you know, God first, family second, and career third. And I loved what it represented and how empowering it was to women. I didn't even really know anything about makeup or skincare or how to teach people how to do it, but I knew I was open to learning. So I thought, you know what do I have to lose? Like, I'm never going to know unless I try. And the worst case scenario is I get my product for 50% off. So I was like, let's just give it a try. And I was able to finance my first dream of paying off $8,000 in credit card debt in 4 months after starting my business and holding just 2 appointments a week.
Wow.
And that was before we had the virtual and the internet and all the, real like flexible things. That was eyeball to eyeball, toe to toe, knee to knee. And yeah, that was the first dream I financed. So it's so funny because like we're so aligned, Amy, like we're so on the same wavelength, because my question, like we did not like share like what our questions are going to be. Like I do better when I don't know. And it's just like, I feel like it's more genuine and authentic when I'm like, don't tell me what the questions are, just ask me questions. So my question for you, and this, you kind of already answered this, and I just wrote it down like just now while the video was going on, is what dream have you financed? What is a dream that you have financed with your Mary Kay business, since we're talking about financing dreams?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just have to go back. When I was saying immediate, $8,000, you guys, in 4 months. Like, oh my gosh, put that in the chat. Like, get clear on that. Like $8,000. What could you do in 4 months? And you guys, if she could do it, so could you. And as Cindy said, that was before. It's easier now because we have a virtual option. So I hope y'all can get excited, because y'all could have a credit-free, cash-only Christmas. And there's no reason why. Like, this is the best time to start. But yeah, I would say, my dream home, that was always my ultimate, Cindy. I can remember I was just back down in Palm Beach, and we were passing by this road, and I kept going, Sawyer, do you remember this? Do you remember this road? That's where I used to take my kids on their double stroller for years and, push them. And I would go by these multi-million-dollar homes, and I would stop and I would visualize. I have like my 5 favorite. I loved like when people would come visit, because I would take them on the walk with me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is one. And I had my routine, and I would stop and do my squats in front of one, my lunges in front of one, my back arm things on the seawall on one, right? And I would tap into my imagination. I think as women, we don't do that. We live in a world that's so negative, and the news this and the news that, but really, you guys, it's having that childlike faith. And I didn't know how it was all going to come together. I just had a dream. And so I just saw other women's dreams coming a reality because of this Mary Kay vehicle. And so we just got to dream again. We got to tap into that imagination to believe that. Stop worrying so much about how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. That's really none of your business, right? That's up to God. But we get to say, God, if this is your will, this is what I want. And if he's giving you a Mary Kay business, he's giving you a way to do it. And if you will honor him and put it in the place of God and family and career, he's going to allow you to use this in ways you could never imagine. So, and Cindy, I know that you and I both had obstacles, right? Like, we didn't just get there. It wasn't like everything we did, we had so many obstacles. So is there one obstacle that you feel like was one of your biggest challenges to have to really get over to be able to kind of move forward? Or was there some pivot when you're like, man, I was hitting this obstacle and I wasn't moving forward? Or maybe you felt stuck at one point and you finally like could break through that wall of being stuck?
So I have actually 2 that I want to share. One is I was when I was going through qualification to be a sales director, I got married to the wrong person. And he was not supportive of my dream, of my business at all. And anything that gave me joy, he was not supportive of, because he wanted to be the only person that gave me any kind of joy. I know it's completely crazy, but so that was a huge obstacle to like not just build a business, but lead others when you had somebody in your ear going, not supportive. So that was huge in the very beginning of my business. That was a big obstacle that I had to overcome. But I just really felt that like God had led me to this place and I was supposed to be there and I was made to be a leader. He had given me that vision at my very first seminar that I was supposed to be a leader. And so I was dedicated to that. And I wasn't going to let this negative, person, even though I loved him and he loved me, I was not going to let that hold me back from what God had prepared for me. And so that's how I really overcame that, was I kept that vision and that just believing that I was meant to be a leader in this business. Like he had revealed that to me, right? The summer before. Right. And so that was huge. And then the second thing is I had in my brain, I moved to it when I got married to the right person, which he's amazing and such a big fan. I moved out of, North Dallas, which is this big, huge area, right? That I was involved in a lot of things, like a lot. So there was a lot of natural networking opportunities for me. And I grew a great customer base. I grew a great team there just in all my everyday life and where, the people that I was meeting and all the things and all the organizations I was involved in. And then I moved to a little bitty town that was not real welcoming of people that were not born there. And I started asking, and my offspring sales director lived there that grew up there, right? And I started asking people if they had a Mary Kay beauty consultant. And for those of you that are guests, we live by the golden rule in Mary Kay. And so if somebody else is being taken care of, we do not poach those people. Okay. And so then what I told myself after asking maybe 3 or 4 people that said, oh, Sonia's my consultant. I told myself the story that, hey, that I don't, that Sonia has everybody. And so that was a huge obstacle in my brain. But what overcame it, and my business started really going down. And my husband was like, listen, chick, you're going to have to go back to teaching. And I had told, when I quit teaching in the middle of the year, I told my principal I would never work for somebody else again as long as I lived. And I didn't only make that promise to her, I made that promise to myself. Right. And then when my husband was like, you're going to have to go back, it's not cutting it. Like this Mary Kay thing is not cutting it, because it wasn't, because I was not working it. Right. And so I went to sat down as a sub, or, went to the orientation, and I walked out of that orientation and I said, screw this, I am not going back to teaching. And I go, I know this works and I'm going to figure it out. And I did. And in Greenville, little bitty Greenville, Texas, where I really didn't feel welcome, I earned my first Cadillac and my first diamond ring, before we moved. And so yeah, those were 2 big obstacles that overcame. Yes.
I love that. A mind made up. You just decided I'm not, it's the pain of deciding I gotta make this work and get out of do whatever's uncomfortable. That was not as great as the pain it was going to be going back to work. Right. And so ladies, I think we all come to that crossroad in our life of saying, which are we going to choose? And, it always kind of baffles me when I hear people say, oh, this is hard. Because I'm like, you need to define your hard. To me, like today, my son, woke up with a fever. And so my whole day adjusted. And I'm like, thank goodness. What would I have done if I had a job? I was literally thinking about that. I was driving him. I could call the doctor. Hey, yes, boom. Yeah, I'll be there in an hour, and so many people can't do that. So to me, and last week I was on a field trip with him. Last week I took him to the orthodontist. There's just always this stuff that happens. And I love the fact to have that flexibility, right? To me, I am not missing out on those things. That is hard. And so to go call and make phone calls and make women feel beautiful and follow up, that's not hard. Yeah. It just works. It just works.
Yeah. So my question for you is, what is the best leadership advice that you've ever been given, from maybe a mentor that you had, or maybe that you felt like that you've passed on to the people that you are mentoring?
Yeah, I would say, be the person that you want to have on your team. and to just, Mary Kay said, lead by example, but it's not just lead by example in like the work that you're doing, but it's leading by example of the person that you are. And so it is the golden rule, right? But in leadership, and I think that's the big difference between leadership and management. And sometimes we get people in, but we lead a voluntary army. Nobody has to follow us. So if you want someone to follow you, it's, let me be that type of person that I want to have. If I want people to show up with excellence, I have to show up with excellence. If I want people to do the things I'm asking them to do, I need to do that. So I don't believe in you telling someone to do something you haven't done. And unfortunately, we live in a world that because of social media, they can get in there and they can have a platform of influence, but people fall for it. And I think we got to be smarter, ladies, to go, what's her experience? What has she gone through? You said something to me today, Cindy, and a part of how God aligned us, but I had walked through before you had walked, right? Like what you're going through, like God had already put me there. And so he puts people in our life, you guys, that have gone through that. And so we can't try to learn from someone that is just speaking in theory. So I know for me, everything I'm teaching you guys is because of my experience and things I've walked through and because I've done it, right? And so are you, Cindy. So I think we have to really look at that and make sure that we're getting the real deal and not someone who's just, speaking in. So be careful who you allow to speak into you, right? And real quick, in like 30 seconds or less, and then I'm going to wrap us up, Cindy, but I want you to tell people what made you believe you could do it. So many people all these women are amazing and they're capable, but if something could hold them back, I believe it's the belief that they have that in themselves or that this will work for them and that this can provide those dreams like it has for you and I. So what would you say? What helped you to have that belief?
Well, honestly, in the beginning, Amy, I didn't have the belief. Like I didn't believe in myself. It took somebody else believing in me to believe in myself. Like I had to go on somebody else's belief first, before I believed in myself. And then also the activity, like making the income, making the money, like I'm like, oh, like practicing, I can do this. Like I can really do this, and it's fun and it's helping others and I'm serving people. And so I think that first it started with doing it, even if I didn't know if I could, even if I had fear, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I mean, I don't know, but the person that sponsored me in that like shared, my director, she believed in me, and so I think that's just a lesson to all of you guys on here that some of you, you have to go on other people's belief in you. You have to go on your director's belief in you, or you have to believe in others. Right. And sometimes it takes that before you really believe in yourself.
So beautiful. So well said. Absolutely. We can borrow other people's belief and confidence. And I think it's the greatest gift, you guys, if someone believes in you. So don't take that for granted. Well, thank you, Cindy. Always such an inspiration. So I want to just wrap us up, you guys, for our guests tonight and just really share. There's really 3 types of consultants that we have in Mary Kay. We're not a one size fit all. So I just want to kind of share with you the 3 types of consultants that we have and see if one of these where you would possibly fit in. I think you'll fit into one of them. And I'll have you put that in the chat. And then Gina's going to wrap us up with our giveaways. But the first one is women who want it all. And obviously that was Cindy and I. Cindy and I, we wanted to call the shots. We wanted to be the boss. We wanted to have all the perks of the freedom and the income and the impact. And so that's the it all girls, right? We want all the perks of that. And we are looking for women. That's who we're looking for, women who are asking God to open a door, asking God to get them out of their circumstance and having a better way of life, a different quality where they can live God, family, career. I didn't leave my corporate job because I wasn't successful and not making money. I wasn't making the impact. I didn't have the flexibility. I wasn't calling the shots. So the women who come into Mary Kay, they are successful at whatever they're doing, but it's not fitting their priorities. It's not fitting the life that they envision for them and their family. So we want those women who want to be the own boss, call the shots, have the flexibility, have the income. And so I believe that if you have been asking for that, that you are meant to hear this. And there are 6 billion women out there that are looking, right? Like there are women who are wanting this. And just like Sydney said at the beginning, she didn't know if it was going to work out, but she knew she had to try it. If something's presented to you, don't think it's coincidence, especially if you know you want change in your life. So that's the It All Girl. The second one is the Savvy Business Chick. Maybe you're pretty content with where you are in life right now and your income and your job, but you know you need extra cash, just like all of you put in the chat. You know, like I said, I needed extra cash for my wedding. I didn't know if that was I wasn't ever thinking this was going to replace my corporate job in the beginning. Sure, I was hopeful for that, but did I think that was going to happen? Probably not. So, but the extra cash, we need that. And I see sometimes, you know, these husbands working like 3 jobs or you working 3 jobs. And when you heard Cindy talk about that, the fact that you can make $8,000 working a couple hours a week, I made $1,500 my first month. So you can make great cash and not have to sacrifice. Don't give up your family. We're not going to tell you to go give up 30 hours a week with your family, but give up 10 hours a week so you can give more to your family and you have a hope to build a future that's better. So if you're someone who says, I would like to save $500 to $1,000 or bring that to bless my family in, then you know what? Go do it. And your kids they'll learn from you. They're going to see you step out of your comfort zone. They're going to see you set goals. They're going to see your work ethic. They're going to learn so much from you by doing this. And then the third woman is the smart shopper. Hello, 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 hello. Ladies, we are all smart shoppers right now. You know why? Because it's holiday time. And so you're going to need more income. And why not be a smart woman and be able to go, oh my gosh, I could buy, like everybody gets Mary Kay for me. The teachers, my kids' teachers, my family, the friends, small group, whatever. You're in my life, you're getting Mary Kay. Why would I go spend retail and pay full price when I could buy wholesale? We have men, women, teenager, like we have stuff for except for toddlers. Okay, well, yeah, we do. We do have some product, even for the little ones. But a smart shopper is someone who says, you know what, I easily would use a couple $100 of Mary Kay. And you know what? I probably have some women in my life that could use some Mary Kay. So maybe you're not out there doing appointments all the time. Maybe you don't want the car and all the stuff, but you're kind of wise enough to go, well, hey, why would I not get it at wholesale? I'll make some extra cash for the holidays, or I'll just save some money for the holidays to be able to do that. So that is a smart shopper. So I want you to put in the chat, which one would you be? Are you like Cindy and I? You want it all? You want to call the shot? Do you want the income, the impact, or the savvy business chick? You want some extra cash? Or third, you're a smart shopper. So put in the chat which one you are. And consultants, I want you to put it in the chat too. Which one are you working your business as?
So
are you
good.
just being a smart shopper? Are you making some cash? Are you saying you want it all, but you're not doing the work of it all? You heard Cindy say that's what shifted for her, her belief. Someone first believed in her, number one. Number two, she started doing the work. And that's how she started believing in herself, right? That's how we build a confidence and belief. So if you're a guest, I want you to just message your beauty consultant, put it in the chat too for the last chance to get gifts from Gina. But I want you to let your consultant know if you're an A, B, or a C. And this just tells her your interest level in Mary Kay. The A stands for absolutely, that I could start this business for $25 or $135. We have a special going on this month. She can tell you more about that. But y'all, it is totally worth it to give it a try. That's your mentality. I have nothing to lose and everything. Okay. Worst case, I'm going to buy wholesale and have better skin. But the best thing is, wow, I mean, who knows, right? Who knows what could happen? So A is absolutely, let's get this going. Like, where else could you start a business for that low? B, book, buy me a coffee or book a time for us to talk. All right. So maybe there's just this interest there, but you have a couple questions, or you're not sure if you have the time or the people. We can really help guide you. So I always say this is kind of fun. I really love it. It's like speed dating because we really get to have conversations and just get to know women. And that's what we're doing. We're kind of like dating. We're going, I'm going to get to know you. You're going to get to know me. And let's see if this is a good fit together. It's not just about you joining Mary Kay, right? You're going to find this person, you're doing business together. A lot of times we do life together, right? So they're going to just ask you a couple questions about what you want and see if Mary Kay could be the right fit for you. We're not trying to recruit someone because we're going to train you. If you're not the right fit, we're going to say probably stay a customer, right? And C is that it's a customer. you know, maybe you are completely happy with every area of your life, and there's great, good for you. You have found your thing. Everything's going on right track. You are completely content. You don't have needs or wants. You're good. You figured it out. Great. We need our customers too. So wherever it is, nothing is right or wrong. It's just about what I asked you at the beginning. What do you want or need more of in your life? Do you have an immediate goal? Do you have a long-term goal? And if so, can Mary Kay be that vehicle to help fulfill that for you? So go ahead and message her and put it in the chat. A for absolutely, let's get started. B, book me, let's have a conversation or buy me a coffee. And C is I'm happy being a customer. So I will go ahead and Cindy, any last minute thoughts before we do the drawing?
Well, this is the thing. It's $25 like right now in October. And so the way that I think about it is that what do you have to lose? You know, like really, what do you have to lose? $25. You can't even go like walk. I can't even get Chick-fil-A for my family, and Chick-fil-A is cheap. And I can't even get Chick-fil-A for my family for $25. I mean, seriously, like one meal for my family for $25, right? And so, and I was sharing with the girls earlier today about the holiday pilot program. Why don't you just check it out during the holidays, right? During this most popular selling season of the year, go shopping for yourself for all your holiday gifts and help other people shop and make a little bit of extra holiday cash. And then come January, if you don't want to be a Mary Kay consulting anymore, just go back to being a customer. We'll take care of all those people that you gave gifts to. So your Mary Kay girl will. So really, what do you have to lose? I mean, seriously. Yeah. So I think we're ready. Gina, are you ready?
Well, I think I only got one guest. Amber Galvin, you're a guest, right? She's an in-between B and C, which, by the way, girl, I think that means that you're a B. You just need more information. So book a time with your girl.
Any
but
other guest on tonight?
Are there any other guests? Did I miss somebody?
Well, then Amber, if there's not any other guests, Amber, you're the winner. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh, wait, Linda.
No, Linda's a new consultant as of last.
Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome, Linda. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah.
Part of our Pink tribe. Okay, so Amber, who is Amber a guest of? I think she's Beth's guest, maybe?
Yeah, I'm Beth's
I think so.
guest.
Okay. Well, Beth's, Amy, you're Beth's director, right?
Yes.
So Amy will have a little gift for you, Miss Amber. Congratulations. And then you guys can schedule a time to connect as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being on, and y'all go out and make it an on purpose, powerful pink day. Bye, everybody.